A 5-year-old girl is dead and a woman seriously injured after police say a machine gun fired rounds through an apartment ceiling.
Alysa Bobbitt died and Karen Hancock was rushed to the hospital after the automatic weapon fired at about 9 o'clock last night. The shooting took place in an apartment complex on West C Street in Grants Pass. The two victims were the only people hurt in the gunfire. Bobbitt and Hancock were believed to be in the same room in the upper level of the building when 30-year-old transient John Andrew Mayer Jr. fired. Now, Mayer Jr. was in court today, but investigators aren't saying how he got the guns or why he was in that apartment building.
The family of that little girl is speaking out. They want answers to those exact questions. They want to know why John Mayer was in the apartment with the little girl and why he had such a powerful weapon. Newswatch 12's Steven Sandberg is in the newsroom and to explain how family members are reacting to this tragedy.
Aaron, family members say they do not understand how a man with an assault rifle would be allowed in the same apartment as 5-year-old Alysa Bobbitt. They've spent the past 24 hours trying to piece together exactly what happened, but for some family, that's been a very hard process. Alysa Bobbitt would have turned 6 years old on July 21st. Her paternal grandmother, Lisa Jones, said Alysa loved visiting her grandparents in Texas.
When she came down, her grandpa Travis would always moo at the cows over there in Bay City.
But after Alyssa's parents divorced, the girl's family moved to Southern Oregon. Jones said she had not seen Alysa for close to 2 years, and now she will never get a chance to see her again.
Hanging on. It's been a cheerful day. We'll give it that.
Jones and her husband have been following the news of Alyssa's death online, trying to find whatever info they can.
Emotional roller coaster. Been trying to find out what happened. We can't talk to the mom. Grandma gave me a little bit of information.
Alyssa's maternal grandmother, Tressa Turner, declined to speak on camera, but said Alysa and her mother were visiting a friend in Grants Pass Thursday night. She said Alyssa's mother, Danielle Wilson, did not know John Mayer and said he was a friend of a friend. Grants Pass police say Mayer fired an assault rifle through the ceiling of the apartment into the second floor, killing Alysa and wounding another woman, 44-year-old Karen Hancock. Turner says Alyssa's mother is now under doctor's care due to the trauma of losing her daughter. Turner said she was devastated by what happened, and she said, quote, "We need to take these assault rifles off the streets." As for Alyssa's grandparents in Texas, they're just left feeling helpless.
We don't understand.
The family says a memorial has not been set, but said even when one is scheduled, they will likely have trouble paying for the funeral expenses. Live in the newsroom, Steven Sandberg, Newswatch 12.
While the family is asking for answers to how the gun got in the house, one neighbor says he knows. Brandon Woodward was at the apartment complex when the shooting happened and says he saw John Mayer carry the guns into the apartment. When Woodward heard the gunshots, he thought it was a group of kids playing with fireworks. He didn't realize what had happened until about 5 minutes later when he heard screaming.
Stupid. Never been for gun laws before in my life, but yeah, I could almost see them happening now. It definitely could be a good thing because there's a lot of stupid people out there with guns. It was completely pointless.
We spoke with several other neighbors who did not want to go on camera, but did say that the apartment's main tenant is a truck driver who is hardly ever there. Several neighbors also questioned if there was drug activity going on regularly inside that apartment. While detectives continue to process evidence and the DA's office begins to build a case, Mayer was arraigned in court this morning on charges of manslaughter, assault in the third degree, and unlawful possession of a weapon. Chief Deputy District Attorney Lisa Turner for Josephine County says Mayer faces the manslaughter charge and not a murder charge because murder of a child under the age of 14 requires, quote, intent or knowing conduct. She added the information known at this time shows the shooting as a reckless crime, not one with intent.